Are you wondering how to create a customized yearly calendar in Excel? Doing so will certainly allow you to customize your own calendar as well as help you to plan a complete year ahead of time. Hello everyone, welcome to Exceldemy, your day-to-day Excel and VBA tutorial helpline. This is Hadi Bashar and today I'll demonstrate how to create a yearly calendar in Excel. For this video, I'll use Microsoft Excel 365. This is a sample yearly calendar. This is the calendar of the year 2023. Here you will find all the months from January to December in this calendar. In this calendar, I have highlighted the weekends with the light orange color. On the other hand, I have highlighted the holidays with the bright orange color. In this tutorial, I'll show you the detailed process of creating this calendar from scratch. I will create this yearly calendar in a new worksheet and I have set the name of the worksheet as the yearly calendar. Now I'll set the title of this calendar in the first two rows. So select the cell B1 and type calendar. Now I'll change the formatting of calendar. To do so, select the cell B2. Then move to the Home tab. From the Font section, you will find available options to apply on the font. In my case, I'll make the font bold. Then we'll increase the font size. In this case, I'll set the font size as 16. Next, I'll change the font color. So click on this drop-down icon of this font color. And here you will find available colors to set as a font color of your text. You can choose any color according to your choice. In my case, from the standard colors, I'll choose the dark red color. The font of the word calendar is changed accordingly. Next, I'll type the year 2023 in cell B2. So type 2023 and I'll apply the same formatting of cell B1 to cell B2. To do so, first I need to copy the formatting. So select the cell B1, then from the Home tab in the Clipboard section, click on this brush icon which is the Format Painter. The formatting of cell B1 is copied now. Now let me paste the formatting to cell B2. As a result, the formatting is applied to cell B2. The cell size of cell B2 is not sufficient to display the whole value. However, in the formula bar, you can see the value 2023. Now, I'll apply the title across the column B2X. For that reason, select the cells B1 to X1. Then, move to the Home tab. From the Cells section, click on Format. This opens different options to format the cells. Go to Format Cells. Alternatively, you can press Ctrl+1 to open the Format Cells window right away from the worksheet. This opens the Format Cells window. As I will change the alignment of the selected cells, so go to Alignment tab. From the Text Alignment, in the horizontal section, click on this drop-down icon and you can set the alignment according to your need. In this case, I'll choose the option Center Across Selection. Now click on OK to apply the alignment. As a result, you can see that the word calendar is set in the center of the selected cells. Now, I'll apply the same formatting in row 2. So, let me use the Format Painter again and click on cell B2 to apply the formatting. In this way, row 1 and 2 are formatted. Now, I'll change the fill color of this row. To do so, select the cells B1 to X2. Then, go to the Home tab. From the Font section, click on the drop-down icon of the fill color. You can choose any fill color according to your choice. In my case, I'll choose this shade of blue. Our title is set now. Now we can start creating the month. I'll start inserting the month from row 4 and the name of the days in row 5. So let me first enter the first three letters of the name of the days. Currently, I am in cell B5 and I'll start the week from the Monday. Next, type the first three letters of Tuesday. Now, let me use the autofill feature to quickly fill up all the days. In this way, we have got all the days. We can now customize the cells. I'll change the font size. So go to the Home tab. From the Font section, click on this drop-down icon and set the font size as 12. Next, make the font bold. Then, change the fill color. So, click on this drop-down icon and you can set the fill color according to your choice. In my case, I'll choose this shade of green. Then I'll change the alignment, set it as middle and center. The formatting of the days are complete. Now we can set the title, that is January, in cell B4. So go to cell B4 and type 1. I'll set the title January in a way so that it stays at the center of the cells B4 to H4. For that reason, select the cell B4, then press Ctrl+1 to open the Format Cells window. This opens the Format Cells window. Go to the Number tab. In the Categories section, I'll set a custom formatting. So go to the Custom option, and in the Type field, you can see that the default type is General. As I will indicate January by the cell value 1, so in the type field, type January. You can see the sample output in the sample field. Now click on OK to apply the custom format. As the size of the cell B4 is not sufficient to display the entire value, so you cannot see the value January here. However, I will set the value January across the center of the cells B4 to H4. So select the cells B4 to H4. Then press Ctrl+1 again to open the Format Cells window. This time move to the Alignment tab. From the Text Alignment, I'll set the horizontal alignment. So click on this drop down icon and set the alignment as Center Across selection. Then I'll change the font. So move to the Font tab. Here you will find different options to set the font. In the font style, I'll set the style as Bold Italic and make the size 12. I'll change the font color. So from the color option, click on this drop down icon. Here you will find different available colors to set as the font color. You can choose any color according to your choice. In my case, from the standard colors, I'll choose the purple color. Finally, click on OK to apply the formatting. As a result, you can see that January is formatted accordingly. Now we are ready to insert the dates for the month January. Before doing so, I will allot 7 columns and 6 rows for the month January and apply borders around all the cells. For that reason, select the cells B6 to H11, then move to the Home tab. From the Font section, click on this drop-down icon of Borders. Here you will find different available borders. In my case, I'll choose the All Borders. As a result, borders are applied to the cells. However, I'll change the color of this border. So click on this drop-down icon of the border again. Then move to the line color. And here you will find different available colors to set as the line color of your border. You can choose any color according to your choice. In my case, I'll choose this shade of white. To apply the border color, click on All Borders. As a result, borders are applied to the cells. Now, I'll insert the dates for the month January 2023. To do so, I'll use a formula. So select the cell B6. As the formula is quite long, so I'll type the formula in the formula bar. To expand the formula bar, click on this drop-down icon. This will help you to get a clear view of the formula. Now, let me type the formula. Type equal if. The if function checks whether a condition is met and returns value based on this condition. As the logical test argument of the if function, I'll check if the first day of January 2023 matches with the month number in cell B4, that is 1. So I'll use the month function, type month. The month function returns the number for the month. For January, it returns 1, and for December, it returns 12. Press tab to autocomplete the month function. As the serial number argument of the month function, I'll use the date function, so type date. The date function returns the number of a date. As the year argument of the date function, I'll select the year 2023. For that reason, I'll select the cell B2 and the year is fixed, so I'll press F4 to lock the cell reference. Then place a comma. As the month argument of the date function, I'll select the value of month January, so select the cell B4 and press F4 to lock the cell reference. Then place another comma. As I'll start counting the date from day 1 of the month January 2023, so as the day argument of the date function, I'll type 1 and close the parenthesis of the date function. This date function will return 1 in cell B6. To get the following dates like 2, 3, 4, I'll use the sequence function that will give me a sequence of 1 to 42 with an increment of 1 starting from the cell B6. So press the plus sign and type the sequence function. The sequence function returns the number sequence. Press tab to autocomplete the sequence function as the rows argument of the sequence function, as there are 6 rows and 7 columns in the month January. So I'll type 6, place a comma, as the columns argument of the sequence function, type 7. Now close the parenthesis of the sequence function. One thing I should mention here that the sequence function is available on Excel 365, Excel 2021 and Excel for the web. So use the sequence function accordingly. Now as I have inserted the sequence function will return a number sequence of 1 to 42 with an increment of 1 starting from the cell B6. So the value of cell B6 will be the summation of the date function and the sequence function. In this way, cell B6 will hold the value 2. However, as we will start counting the date from date 1, so we need to subtract 1 from the value of cell B6. To do so, I will use the weekday function. So type weekday. The weekday function returns number for the days of the week. Press tab to autocomplete the weekday function. As the serial number argument of the weekday function, I will use this portion of the formula. So let me copy the portion of this formula. Press Ctrl plus C to copy this portion. Then press Ctrl plus V to paste this portion as the serial number argument of the weekday function. This will return the corresponding number for January 1, 2023. Now place a comma as the return type argument of this weekday function, as we have started our week from Monday. So choose the second option that returns 1 for Monday. The return type 2 returns 1 for Monday and 7 for Sunday, and returns number for the days in between in the similar fashion. Now close the parenthesis of the weekday function. Now the date function will return 1, the sequence function will return 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, and as we will start counting the date from date 1, so I need to subtract 1, and to subtract 1 I have used the weekday function. The weekday function will return 1, so finally the cell value of cell B6 will be 1. Now close the parenthesis of the month function. As the logical test argument of the if function, I'll check if this value matches with the month number of January, and the month number of January is in cell B4. So type equal and select the cell B4. Now log the cell reference by pressing F4. Now place a comma. As the value if true argument of the if function, I want the if function to return the value of the date. So copy this portion of this formula. Press Ctrl plus C to copy this portion. Now paste this portion as the value if true argument of the if function. One thing I should mention here that you need not to know whether the value of January 1st, 2023 is Monday or not, because we have used the weekday function, and this weekday function will make the proper alignment with the date and the days. So the value if true argument will return January 1, 2023 in the proper day, and in this way all the dates and days will be aligned. Now place a comma. As the value if false argument, I want the if function to return blank. Now close the parenthesis of the if function and hit enter. You cannot see the value because the cell space is not sufficient enough to display the whole value. This formula has returned the serial number for the dates. You can see the serial number on the screen tip. If you click on cell H6, you can see that the serial number is 44927. To get the date from this serial number, we need to format the cells B6 to H11. For that reason, select the cells B6 to H11 and press Ctrl plus 1 to open the Format Cells window. This opens the Format Cells window. I'll format the number, so go to the Number tab and I'll set a custom format. So in the Category section, go to the Custom option. In the Type field, as I want to get the 2 digits of the corresponding date, so type D and D. Finally, click on OK to apply the formatting. As a result, you can see that the formatting is applied to the cells, and this returns the dates for the month January 2023, and you can see that January 1, 2023 is Sunday, and the date is aligned with the day because we have used the weekday function. In this way, we have got the first month of the year 2023. Now you can repeat the process to get all the months. One thing I should mention here that for the remaining months, you need to only adjust the cell reference of that month. For example, the month number of January is in cell B4, so you need to adjust the month number, that is cell B4, in this formula to get the other months. Now let me repeat the process to get the month February. So select the cells B4 to H11, press Ctrl plus C to copy the values, go to cell J4 and paste Ctrl plus V to paste the value. Now, as I have said earlier, we need to adjust the formula to get the value of February, as February is the second month. So in cell J4, type 2 and hit enter. As I have set the custom formatting, so I need to format the cell J4 to show February here. So press Ctrl plus 1 to open the format cells window. And as the Format Cells window is open, in the Number tab from the Category section, go to the Custom Format and in the Type field, type February. Then click on OK to apply the formatting. And you can see February has appeared. Now, to get the dates of the month February, I need to adjust the formula. So go to cell J6. In this case, I need to replace the cell reference B4 with the cell reference J4. You can manually change the cell reference. However, to do that easily, you can press Ctrl plus H. And this opens the Find and Replace window. In the Find What field, as I'll replace the cell reference of B4, so type the cell reference B4, and in the Replace With field, I'll replace the cell reference with cell J4. So type J4. Now, as I'll make the replacement in cell J6, so select the cell J6 and click on Replace. As a result, the dates of the month February is calculated, and you can see that January 31 is Tuesday and February 1 is Wednesday. So our calendar is correct. Now you can repeat this process to get all the months of the year 2023. Now let me quickly complete the yearly calendar by repeating the process. We have got all the months of this calendar. Here we have from January to June, and if you scroll down a little bit, you'll find all the months here. Our calendar is kind of complete now. However, we can further customize this calendar. For example, you can apply a different fill color to distinguish the weekends. For that reason, select the cells G5 to H11, then go to the Home tab. From the Font section, click on this drop-down of Fill Color. Here you will find different available colors to fill the cells. You can choose any color according to your choice. In my case, I'll choose this color. As a result, the weekends are distinguished from the weekdays now. You can apply the same formatting to the entire dataset. To do so, select the weekends. Then I'll copy the format. So go to the Home tab from the Clipboard section. Double-click on this brush icon. This will enable you to apply the formatting multiple times. So apply the formatting accordingly. Now the weekends are distinguished. We can further highlight the holidays. In this calendar, we have the list of the holidays in the Holidays worksheet. So go to the Holidays worksheet, and here you will find the list of the holidays. Now to highlight the holidays in the yearly calendar worksheet, that is the entire calendar, I will apply conditional formatting. To do so, select the dataset from row 6. Then, from the Home tab in the Styles section, click on Conditional Formatting. This opens different options of conditional formatting. As I will create a new rule, so click the option New Rule. This opens the new formatting rule window. In the select a rule type option, I'll format the cells using a formula. So select the option use a formula to determine which cells to format. In edit the rule description option, in the format values where this formula is true field, type the formula equal isNumber. The isNumber function checks whether the value of a cell is a number or not. As the number argument of the isNumber function, here I'll use a VLOOKUP function. The VLOOKUP function looks for a value in a defined range and returns the value based on the condition. As the lookup value, I'll search for the value of cell B6. So here type B6, place a comma. My lookup range is in the Holidays worksheet. So go to the Holidays worksheet and select all the holidays. Then place a comma. I want the VLOOKUP function to search for the value of cell B6 in the Holidays worksheet. And if the match is found, I want this function to return that date. And as there is a single column, so as the column index argument of the VLOOKUP function, I'll type 1, then place a comma and use 0 to get an exact match. Finally, close the parenthesis. Now to format the cells with the holidays, click on the Format option. This opens the Format Cells window. I'll fill the cells with the holidays with a fill color. Here you will find different available colors. You can choose any color according to your choice. In my case, I'll choose this color. You can see the sample in the sample field. Now click on OK to close the Format Cells window. Now close the parenthesis of the isNumber function. This formula will check the values of this calendar in the holidays worksheet. If an exact match is found, then the corresponding cell in this calendar will be filled with this color. Now click on OK to apply the conditional formatting. As a result, you can see that the conditional formatting is applied to this calendar and the holidays are formatted accordingly. And this completes our calendar for the year 2023. You can use VBA to create a monthly calendar in Excel. In this case, you just need to enter the month and the year to create the monthly calendar. To write the VBA code, first of all, we need to enable the Developer tab. To do so, right-click on any tab of the ribbon and go to Customize the ribbon. This opens the Excel Options window. From the Customize ribbon section, from the Main tab's Options, check the Developer tab. Finally, click on OK. As a result, the Developer tab is enabled now. Now, to write the code, go to the Code section and choose Visual Basic or press Alt plus F11 to open the Visual Basic window. This opens the Visual Basic editor. If you want to write a code that will work on all the worksheets of a workbook, then you need to write the code in a module. So to insert the module, go to the Insert tab and choose Module. You can see Module 1 is created. You can write the code here. I have copied the code from the article. You will find the link of the article in the description box. Now let me paste the code by pressing Ctrl plus V. This is the code to create a monthly calendar in Excel. The code is quite long. Let me first execute the code and then explain the code to you. To execute the code, click on this play icon or press F5. This opens the Microsoft Excel window. This is the input box. Here you need to write the first 3 letters of the month and the corresponding year to create the calendar. I will create a calendar for September 2023. So in the input box, I will type the data accordingly. Finally, click on OK. And you can see the calendar of September 2023 is created. Now, let me explain this code to you. This code only lets the calendar to be placed in this worksheet and delete any other values from the worksheet by force. To do so, the sheet protection is disabled. One thing I can mention here that you may find the comments in the green color useful to understand the code. Now, as the sheet protection is disabled, so the code clears the value from the cells A1 to G14. Next, it uses an input box to take the input as the month name and the year from the user to create the calendar. If the user cancels the input box, then the sub will be exited. Otherwise, if the user gives any input, then the input is stored in the myInput variable. After that, the value of the myInput variable is converted to a date value and stored in the start day variable. Then, if the first day of the start day variable is not equals to 1, then the start day variable is set as the month inputted by the user, followed by the day 1 and followed by the year. In this way, the start day variable holds the month, date and year inserted by the user. Let me scroll down to explain the rest of the code. Using this statement, the title of the calendar is set, and the title is the full name of the month followed by the year. You can see the title here, and the title is set at the center of the cells A1 to G1. You can see that the horizontal alignment property is used across the cells A1 to G1 using the with statement. By using the with statement, you can avoid writing the range A1 to G1 multiple times. Then, the vertical alignment is set as center, the font size is 18, and the font is bold, and the row height is set as 35. Similarly, the cells A2 to G2 was formatted to hold the values of the names of the week. This time, a smaller font size of 12 is used. Now, let's go to the next section. The name of the days was populated to the cells A2 to G2. If you look at the worksheet, you will find the names in the cells A2 to G2. Cell A2 contains Sunday, whereas cell G2 contains Saturday. As a result, there are 7 columns and 5 rows in this calendar. And the text alignment is set using the horizontal alignment and the vertical alignment property. As a result, you will find the text at the top right corner of the cell. You can use the alignment according to your preference. Now, let's move to the next portion of this code. This portion of this code is used to assign the starting day, that is date 1, to the appropriate cell in row 3. To do so, first of all, weekday function is used. One thing I should mention here that the weekday function returns the serial number of the day of the week, and by default it returns 1 for Sunday and 7 for Saturday. As September 2023 is Friday, so the weekday function will return 6. Then we have used the case statement to assign the value of 1 to the appropriate cell in the row 3, and the case will be selected based on the value of the day of week variable. As September 1, 2023 is Friday, so the weekday function will return 6. So the value of the day of the week variable will be 6. So the case 6 will be selected. And if you go to case 6, it assigns the value 1 to the cell F3. And if you look at the worksheet, you can see that 1 is assigned to the cell F3. In this way, the first date of the month is calculated. Now, if you look at this portion of this code, you can see that the year function, the month function, and the date serial function was used to extract the year inserted by the user, and this is assigned in the current year variable. Similarly, the month is set in the current month variable, and the final day of the month is calculated using the date serial function. Now, let's go to the next section of this code. As date 1 is inserted in row 3, so we can now insert the rest of the dates. To do so, we have used a for loop that will run on the range from A3 to G8. Cell.row and cell.column properties are used to extract the row number and the column number of the cell that contains the value 1, and the associated row number and column number are stored in the row cell and column cell variables. If the currently active cell is the A3 cell, which column number is 1 and row number is 3, then it will skip the first cell. Otherwise, if the column number is not equals to 1, then the offset property is used to check the value of the adjacent cell. Here, offset 0 and -1 indicates a cell that is one column left to the currently active cell and in the same row as the active cell. For example, as cell F3 contains 1, so the next active cell will be cell G3, and the column number of cell G3 is 7, so this block of code will be activated, and the adjacent cell value of the cell G3, that is the cell value of cell F3, will be checked, and as the cell value of cell F3 is 1, so this portion of this code will be activated, and the cell value of cell G3 will be the cell value of cell F3 plus 1, and if the cell value becomes greater than the difference between final day and start day, then it will be blank, and the for loop will be exited. This statement is used to check if the value is greater than 30 or 31. This is because we know there are 30 days in some months. On the other hand, some months have 31 days. So this statement checks the last date of the month, and for September it has 30 days. Now we have completed the row 3. Next, we need to set the next day in row 4. For that reason, another else if statement is used. Here it checks if the row number of currently active cell is greater than 3 and the column number is equals to 1. If this is the case, then it navigates to one row in the upward direction and 6 columns in the right direction. So if the cell A4 is the currently active cell, it will navigate to the one row in the upward direction, that is row 3, and 6 columns to the right direction, that is it will go to cell G3 and check the value of cell G3, and the value of cell A4 will be equal to the value of cell G3 plus 1. In this way, all the dates will be calculated and placed properly. Now let me explain the rest of the code. In this section of this code, a for loop is used to format each week of the month. Here, there are 7 columns in a week and 2 rows are merged together to contain the value of a single week. And for that reason, resize property is used. After that, thick borders are added to the left side and the right side. And you can see the thick borders are added properly. Now, go to the next section of this code. Let me resize the code window so that you can get a clear view of the code. This statement will delete the row 13 if it is unused. One thing I should mention here that row 13 is used in those cases where the months have 31 days. So in that cases, as cell A13 won't be blank, so row 13 won't be deleted. But this is not the case here. Now the calendar is created. So after that, the sheet protection is enabled so that no further changes can be made to this worksheet. After that, the screen updating is enabled to display the result And finally, an error handler is introduced in case the user creates an error while inserting the month name and the year in the input box. Then the error message will pop up asking the user to insert the month and year correctly, that is, the first 3 letters of the month followed by the 4 digits of the year. Finally, end sub was used to terminate this code. In this way, you can use a VBA code to create a monthly calendar. I have demonstrated the step-by-step guide for creating a yearly calendar in Excel. Hopefully, you can apply this knowledge according to your requirements and convenience. You can download the practice workbook from the video description to sharpen your Excel skills. Feel free to leave any questions, suggestions, or feedback in the comment section below. You can go to exceldemy.com to read our Excel blogs, or you can share your Excel-related issues in our Exceldemy forum and receive free solutions. For more content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching our video. Bye!